Okay, today's gonna be a fun day. I'm gonna tell you why. Today we're doing a little experiment. As you may know, it's a good rule of thumb to take carbs before the gym and then protein after the gym. Now, most people should aim between 40 to 100 grams of carbs. That's what I tell a lot of my clients. I typically range between 80 to 85 grams of carbs before my lifts. But today it's different. Today I went into complete ketosis, pretty much zero carb all day. And we're just gonna dump all of our carbs in right now and then go hit a mean push day. If that doesn't sound like the most fun a man could have, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I was pretty much suffering all day. I was like no energy, like dozing off in class. But this chest day is gonna make up for it. So I'm gonna show you guys what I usually eat before my workouts. I have a few different ways of getting my carbs in. I wanna tell you why these methods are beneficial and what you should usually look for a pre-workout meal. And after that, I'm gonna show you what it's like to hit push day with a professional bodybuilder. Okay, now the first thing I'm putting you guys onto is the rice cake honey banana method. Now, usually I'll have another rice cake on top, so it's like a sandwich, but I wanna dissect this for you guys so you can really understand what's going on behind the scenes. So rice cakes are great because they're simple carbs. Simple carbs are carbs that are easy to digest. Usually simple carbs are from foods that are also lower in fiber because fiber is pretty hard to digest. The main goal you should have in a pre-workout meal should be high carbs, but also not a lot of food in general. You don't want to feel bloated in the gym. You don't want to feel heavy. So you want lightweight foods that are high in carbs. Rice cakes are great for that. They're also pretty low in calorie too. Then we have the honey. And again, honey, very lightweight. If you look at the nutrition label for rice cakes or for honey, you're gonna see 0 grams of fat and 0 grams of protein and strictly carbs. You don't need a lot of honey to get a lot of carbs in. Honey is also shown to give you lasting energy. It's like the same thing in a honey pack. That's kind of what we're going for. No, but seriously, honey will give you great energy. Then I also go with the bananas. Bananas are good because again, very high carbs, very low in everything else. Bananas, as you may know, are also high in potassium, and you definitely want to fill up on electrolytes before the gym. So bananas are hitting 2 birds with 1 stone because you're getting your potassium in, you're getting healthy sugars, which in turn give you carbs. And the honey and banana combo. Next, I sprinkle a little salt on there. The reason is because salt is great for your pumps. It'll improve vascularity. And sodium is an electrolyte like potassium. You want to increase those before your lifts. And then finally, a little cinnamon on top. No reason for this, just because of the taste. I also heard that cinnamon helps prevent insulin spikes, but don't quote me on that. Either way, it goes great with what you have, so trust me with the cinnamon. All right, I'm gonna add these on top. Now we have our rice cake sandwiches. These are what the rice cake sandwiches are gonna look like in its final form. These 2 rice cake sandwiches you're looking at right here will probably get you close to 90 to 100 carbs, depending on how much banana and honey you use and the kind of rice cake. I'm gonna go put these down and show you what's next on the list. Next up on the bucket list, we got oats. Oats are fast digesting. They're gonna get into your glycogen stores quick. And it's also, again, not a lot of food for a good amount of carbs. So when you eat it, you aren't gonna feel bloated. You aren't gonna look pregnant. I see a lot of people backstage on my shows have these. And again, I threw some bananas on there too. I think I'm gonna add some honey. We're going crazy today. It's for science. But the best way to know if your pre-workout meal is good is if it has bananas or honey. You gotta have one of those 2 before your workout, if not both. Mandatory. Now I'm gonna add some honey on this and get to my next item. Now the last item is something I hold near and dear to my heart. And not a lot of people really incorporate this as much, but I've been doing it for a while, and safe to say, it's very effective. And that is the Cliff Bar. I couldn't really tell you the science on why this works so well. You know, if you're familiar to how bodybuilding prep goes, you're very tired all the time. Even the high stim pre-workout I had wasn't really hitting the same until I got the Cliff Bars going too. For some reason, it would just last the whole workout. You know, usually you get the carbs in, you can feel it for the first 2 sets and the pump kind of dies down. These things are great. They have relatively clean ingredients for an energy bar. I've yet to find another one that's better. There probably are better options out there, guys, I'm not gonna lie. It's just a tradition almost for me. It's a sentimental thing. If you guys like any other kind of energy bars or have any other suggestions, let me know and I'll give those a try. But for the time being, I'm gonna stick to what I know and I'm gonna go with the Cliff Bar. Okay, now I just did all the math for our 3 pre-workout items. The oats are gonna have 60 grams of carbs and 280 calories. The Cliff Bar is gonna be 260 calories and have about 43 grams of carbs. And then the rice cake sandwiches are gonna have 101 grams of carbs and be around 320 calories. Now, I'm starving because I didn't eat all day, so I'm gonna inhale this in about 3 minutes and then you're gonna see me at the gym. All right, we officially made it to the gym without crashing the whip. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling buzzed right now. Carbs are hitting. We're starting off with flat dumbbell. That's the gym dog, by the way. She's chill. Also, I forgot to mention this. It's also important to get your water in too. Carbohydrates react with water. So if you're not getting your proper water intake in, carbs ain't gonna really do much. So make sure you're drinking a gallon a day too. My goal for my push days is to do 1 middle chest movement, 1 upper chest movement, and 1 lower chest movement. Also, I do isolation movements for the tricep and the anterior delt. The warm-up's feeling too good, guys. The carbs got me buzzing. All right, first working set, better start it up. Gonna go with the 110s, lead it off. I did this for 8 last time. Aiming for something better than that. We do wanna keep it in the 8 to 10 rep range. I'm counting that as 9. A lot of people like to ask why I train so hard, why I go that far. To an extent, it's ego lifting. There's science-based stuff, there's studies and all this. You can only increase your output by increasing your input. Over the long run, why would it not make sense the person that puts in the most day in and day out would get the best result? Set 2, we want 8 here. We want 8. If you fail to rep that set, that's a good set. All right, just got done my 4th set on the flat press. We're moving over to triceps. Here I'm doing this triple drop set that I've been doing for a while. So it's gonna be an overhead extension with the ropes. Gonna drop set that and then keep the same weight, move the cable up. We're gonna add a regular extension and rep those out until failure. We wanna be aiming for 10 to 12 with each of these 3 sets. Now that was a lot of words. I'm gonna show you what this looks like. So, oh, get this guy up. Three more. Come on. Push. As you guys could probably tell, I love my partials. It's right in those last few reps. Once you're there, embrace that. That's where the winning is. All right, the pump cover is about to come off. I'm gonna show everyone in the gym who their daddy is. The carbs are definitely hitting right now. I can tell when it's a carved up pump because it's hard to even contract all the way. And notice I don't even look too bloated right now. Now the lighting here is kind of mid. We're gonna go somewhere later to pose. But the shape is definitely there. The muscle bellies are looking full. I might start doing this keto and then 250 carb dump every day. All right, I'm moving you guys over here. So I think this lighting is more aura, but we're about to hit set 2. Let's get right to it. Wish me luck. That's where the winning is. Come on. Come on. Your sets should be like a math test. Don't be afraid to cheat when it gets hard. All right, set number 3, we're gonna get a little freaky. We already did our flat dumbbell press for the middle chest. Now it's time to get some upper chest in. So we're gonna be doing this incline fly variant. You can do this without the bench, but here it makes it super stable, puts your upper chest in a great position. I'm gonna do this in a drop set. Don't need to waste time though, let's get right to it. Make sure it hurts. Come on. Hey. A few things I'm sure you noticed there. I get to cross my hands to the top, get more of a contraction in the chest. And when it gets hard, I kind of transition it into a press. The press is going to be an easier variation. You can start squeezing out some partials, squeeze a little more juice out. You know, it doesn't take a genius to realize that anything worth doing is going to be hard. In the middle of the grind, when it gets hard, when working on a project for 5 hours, it's tedious, you know? In that moment, you should embrace the fact that 99% of people aren't doing what you're doing, and they would fold under this pressure. What keeps me going is that there's somebody out there that is doing what I'm doing. That gets to me. I don't know where he is. He's certainly not in this gym. I certainly don't know him, but he's out there and I know it. And I know he's coming for me, and I'm coming for him. He might be one of you guys watching this video, but I promise you, you're out there watching this and you think you're the best, you're not. You think you're working the hardest? No, you're not. Let's get to it. Set 2, increasing the weight a little bit. Let's work. Hey. I ain't doing that. All right, we're on to lateral raises. No surprise here, doing a drop set. Fatigue maxing, that's what I like to call it. Do this stuff, you gotta have some hate in your heart, you know? Everyone has a little bit. The gym, it should be your outlet for that. With the gym, it's unlike a lot of things where you can put in a lot and you're gonna get out a lot. Start a business, you could put everything into it, but it was just the wrong time. Hire the wrong person and got screwed over. You don't get anything out of it. Even with relationships, you can put a lot into a relationship and not get anything in return. They might not reciprocate. Even if they have been for a while, out of nowhere they start acting weird, and it's done. And all that time, energy you spend is gone. With the gym, that's never how it is. You get exactly what you put in. So it follows that if you want to be the best, you want to have a better physique, you want more, you got to put in more. Put in more today. Maybe not more than another person, but more than yourself last week. Let's roll. We ain't done yet. Job ain't finished. Yeah, those carbs are hitting. Home stretch, this is our last set. We gotta hit some dips, some lower chest. What I like to do with a lot of my workouts actually is end a URI. What's a URI? Great question. A URI stands for undertimed rest interval. So basically, I wanna do 100 reps on dips. Unfortunately, I'm not strong enough to do that all in one set. So I'm gonna aim to do it in as little sets and as little time as possible. So anyway, let's get these 100 dips in. RJ, hit him with a time lapse. That's halfway. If I'm counting these right, I should have just ended at 67. That was on purpose. Might not understand the reference. If you know, you know. I think that was 100. Might have lost count. I think that was a little more. Just in case, let's do 2 more. And just for reference, 2 always means 3, 3 always means 4, etc. That was it for our working sets for the day. Let's get some posing in. I must say the carbs are definitely doing their job. I mean, I usually have chest striations year round, but they usually don't look like this. You know, sometimes I wonder if I'm even natty. Like, there might be somebody pinning me in my sleep. No, I believe it. I mean, that is a turkey leg right there. Keep in mind, this isn't like peak cut. This is like middle bulk. This is mid bulk. I mean, I'm lean bulking, but that's what a bulk's supposed to be. Yeah, chest is looking crazy. Shoulders are looking really good. You know, I've kept that same shoulder drop set for about probably 4 months. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I do want to try something new. I might be looking into new shoulder drop sets exercises. And I'll let you know if I find something I like. And with that, the chest day 250 carb challenge is complete. To answer the question on whether it was worth starving myself and going full keto all day to then carb dump before the workout, I think it was. I don't think I needed 250, but I definitely had one of the best pumps I've had in a really long time. So instead of 250, I'll probably drop down to something in between. Like I said, I'm normally around 100, so I want to start hitting it at around 150. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you following along. If you have any questions, let me know. I know I didn't get to touch on everything in terms of, you know, the details for every kind of exercise, the amount of sets I did. So any questions in the comments, I will be answering. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.